Welcome, everybody, to Dark Souls 2. This is the Dark Souls 2 lighting mod mixed with the second Sin mod. We got a beautiful sunset here, but the game got a massive update when it comes to the lighting mod and the second Sin mod. From the textures themselves to the lighting, the game looks absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm not live streaming for a reason, and that is I'm getting about 30 FPS right now. It is a tanky mod, and I don't really even have like bad graphics. I have a RTX 3080. I have a Intel Core i7 13700K. Now, I get it, right? It's not a 5080, but we're rocking with like 40 FPS right now. So I just wanted to make a quick video showcasing a couple of different areas, and why not start off with Majula. Kind of go around the area. I mean, the sunset, listen, the sun's a little bit intense, right? But the cool thing about this mod is if we press F1, we can literally edit different things exactly the way we want it. Do we want a different camera lens? We can change it up. But the path tracing is the big thing, right? That's the one that has been highly updated to make the game look a lot different. We got sun temperature. If we wanted to look a little bit different, we changed the color. Look a little bit more like fog is rolling in. I kind of like this dusk look right here, so we're going to leave this on. I wanted to just walk around and go to some different areas and just look at how some of those areas look. Again, man, like the textures have been upgraded and some of them just look so damn good now. You can see the lighting in here is so different. The sun itself coming through. Honestly, it looks like a nuke just went off outside, but again, you can kind of mess around with it the way you want. One thing you want to look at is the path tracing was a big thing. Now you could see the sun going through the cracks, the way it hits the NPC. If you guys remember, one of the big things, right, of this game, the whole torch system that they had. The torch system in Dark Souls 2 has been something people have talked about since the game's release, right? People are like, they completely screwed us. The torch was supposed to be very important, and then you go into some areas and there's no need for it. In this mod, the torch plays a pretty important part. As you can see, this area is dark as shit. At least with the settings we got on. If we turn on the actual flame butterfly, the torch absolutely does matter. Lights up my beautiful face even more than normal. One thing, by the way, that I want to say that is pretty freaking cool is how much love Dark Souls 2 has gotten over the last couple of years. Especially after, I would say after Elden Ring came out. There was some people who had never played Dark Souls 2. And I think with the community talking about Dark Souls 2 so much and how much of an inspiration it was for Elden Ring. If it wasn't for Dark Souls 2, Elden Ring wouldn't exist. And I absolutely believe that. And by the way, just look at the sun coming through the leaves. It looks freaking insane. Even the water, I would say, has a completely different look to it. Look at this scaly son of a bitch. Look at the lighting hitting him. Coming through the goddamn whoa. Somebody wants some action. There you go. The textures on the armors as well, by the way. The shine when it hits the armor looks so goddamn nice. I mean, you can see kind of why I'm getting about 40 FPS. But let's go ahead and move on to another area and see how that looks. Even the bonfire looks different. Look at that. So cool. Onto the area pretty much directly after this. What happens if we peek our little heads out here? You can literally see the mountains look completely different. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to enjoy the view. Now, I would agree that there are some areas that, in my opinion, kind of lose some of the main From Software ambiance, right? And I don't think it's like they're trying to replace that or even say that theirs is better. It's just that the game has gotten a lot more quality updates in terms of the lighting, which a lot of people do appreciate being very different in the mod. It's nice to see Dark Souls 2 getting a bunch of mod attention. Hyde's Tower being one of the coolest areas in this whole game. And that guy over there wants smoke, so let's go ahead and hope he doesn't attack us over here. The beautiful shadows on the enemies here, man. Okay, this one wants smoke. Listen, those sons of bitches are still tough, even with the amount of damage we do. Not the big fellas, these guys over here. Get out of here. I'm trying to enjoy the view here. The sky, you know what? When I look up to the sky, I get quite decent frame rate, to be honest. Just walking on by you, fellas. The subtle lighting in here, too. Super cool. Alright, one area I actually do really want to explore. Okay, so it still looks a little bit like melted cheese, but again, we got that balanced setting and the holy hell, the lighting is freaking nice in this area. Jeez. Okay, this place looks so sick. I had a feeling this place was going to be beautiful looking. I'm kind of curious though. Let me see. Okay, so we got the lava looking like this. If I swap it to perform or to quality, what will that look like? Okay, there's the quality right there. I mean, it looks better, right? The lighting looks a little bit better. Not insanely better, but there's a difference. Now, how about ultra quality? Whoa. Okay, that is a big difference right there. I think this might have been where we were. Is this where we were? Because now we're back to about 40 FPS in this area. So this is completely 4K from the looks of it. I think it's a bit much, to be honest. It kind of gives it a bit of a jittery, kind of grainy look to everything that I don't necessarily like. Yeah, I think it's kind of crossed over into that weird territory where it's a bit much. Back to quality. Okay, now that looks good. I think quality is pretty good. It looks pretty beautiful. The lighting, the shading is absolutely unbelievable. I do love these moments, right, where you're here and it's just the windows. And you can see the perfect lighting. Okay, let's go outside. Oh, you know what? That's actually absolutely terrifying, and I don't want to experience that. I think, you know, when it comes to this playthrough, the most deaths that would come from this are me trying to light my torch when I'm in dark areas. I actually really like how the red kind of bounces off the wall from the lava too, or the magma. Actually makes it super ominous. Damn. Okay, this is definitely my favorite area so far. Ow. What a shot. God damn, man. Let me go over here. Then they'll leave me alone. Up we go. Oh yeah, I forgot. This area, I don't even know what new game we are. Actually, I think this is like New Game Plus or something. Maybe even New Game. The boss room. I would love to see what this boss room looks lit up by the actual boss itself. He's basically a torch. But yeah, this area looks so nice. Okay. Another area with a lot of lava. Super cool looking. Belfry Luna actually lets you see everything in a very interesting light. It's actually way brighter here than you'd expect. But it kind of helps you see some more of the textures, you know? This is a great place for thumbnails, to be honest. You can kind of see a little clearer the armor. I think some of these areas maybe look a little bit weird, but I think the areas that have the sun as like being very present are going to be the ones that shine the most. Nope. No kind of pun intended there. I mean, like, actual just look cool. Let's check out this area, because this area is always one of the most beautiful, in my opinion, for this game. And no, a nuke didn't go off outside. We're in the Dragon Aerie. I mean, the light looks so good. Inside the cave. Oh, I love just that one little beam of light hitting from the cave there. while the intensity could be brought down, and again, I could do that myself, it kind of looks like Superman's outside shooting his fucking death ray in here. Being outside just looks so interesting with the lighting now. Mods to me for like the Souls games are always some of the most interesting, especially with how far some of the mod creators have taken literally 10, 15-year-old games and kind of brought them to modern day with lighting and texture updates. It's always nice to see the love that all of these games are still getting. People are going to tell me that a remake from this game wouldn't be absolutely incredible. One of the dragons looking all shiny. He looks like he was oiled up by the man himself. I'm talking about Miyazaki, by the way, not Diddy. Probably my favorite in terms of looks in this game. I want to check out the Shrine of Amana, because the Shrine of Amana already looks beautiful. I want to see the lighting in here. With the blue. Okay, you can actually see through it and everything. God, the blue on the flowers, man. It's so freaking nice in here. I think with a little bit of tweaking, this area would be literally like if it got updated, you know? Incredible. Now, I died. Well, just because the lighting's updated doesn't mean you suck any less, I guess. You know, this cave looks a lot less scary when it's lit up beautifully. You don't have that same fear in your heart, you know? But I do want to see the boss room. Oh, almost flashbanged in there. Oh, let's see that transition again. It's so interesting how, like, the sun disappears. For a moment in there, it looks way better. It kind of adjusts itself. Oh, it does look so cool to see it from this angle, though. Don't necessarily look like this angle as much, but looking at the sky, I mean, you can see how freaking cool the skybox in this area is. It feels way more like you're under a massive tree in this area with all the branches and the sun actually coming through. You can even see some of the fog rolling by. Broom Tower. This was the final area I wanted to check out. I will say, man, there's a storm brewing here or something. God damn. All that wind. I'm about to fall off this thing, but I wanted to check out this area because this area as well is always one of my favorites. One of the most interesting looking areas in my opinion. But overall, this mod looks beautiful. I'll leave the links in the description if you guys want to check them out for yourselves, but I have one more. Just that armor looks ominous as hell, and I think you know where we're going. Jesus, this area is dark as hell. Again, I will say, when it comes to like the interiors, I'm not a big fan of everything being pitch black and you can't see shit unless you have a torch out. Okay, I see it. Oh god, it looks like it's underwater. Woo! Now, if we're talking about spotless before, you can see the textures on it now. Yeah, that shininess comes through. It definitely comes. I mean, what a great job Sir Alon did cleaning this freaking floor. But when it comes to the lighting itself, seeing it come through from the pillars. Okay, now I'm kind of curious to see how this room is going to look idiotic, I think, with the super insanely high quality settings. Quality, ultra quality.